Live from the O'Brien Services Stadium Studios, this is the fifth quarter.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the one and only fifth quarter. It's Football Friday in the Cape Fear, and this is the place for the best high school football action from week number 11. Joe Katz is back in the house tonight. Joe, we had 8 games that we saw tonight on hand. Who are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, 3 games decided by a touchdown or less tonight. It was Trask, Laney, Ashley all picking up big wins, in addition to the favorites in the Three Rivers Conference, the Mideastern Conference, New Hanover, Hoggard, South Columbus, Whiteville, all running away with victory, setting up some big games a week from tonight, Dustin.
Giving away a little of the endings there, but hey, no more chat time. Let's get into the highlights. Let's see what you said. South Columbus Stallions have won 21 of their last 24 games. This team continues to impress, and tonight they face the West Bladen Knights, who look to play spoiler on a perfect season. So let's head over to the castle for some Three Rivers action. Joe, this is a good start for South. Look at Seth Buffkin, normally power, but he's got a little finesse.
Give me a little shimmy right there for big Seth Buffkin, get down inside the territory of West Bladen.
And it gets to the other playmaker, former fifth quarter player of the week, Traquan Bellamy, finding the end zone right at our cameras. That makes it 6-0. Now, hey, West Bladen, this is a scrappy bunch. They're not going to just let this go at their house.
Well, check out this play, Dustin. West Bladen looking for something to happen. Whoop! Off the back of the defender, and an interception right there for South Columbus. Nothing going right for West Bladen tonight.
That is an undefeated team. They get those bounces to go their way. It's another huge night for the guys in white. South Columbus remains undefeated on the season. Final score, South Columbus 42, West Bladen nothing. So the Stallions remain undefeated, and that sets up a huge game against this team. But hey, that is the Whiteville baseball team getting their state championship rings right there. Let's get into this football action, though, right here. Caleb Inman, look at this. He can't put the ball on the ground against a good Whiteville team.
Yeah, a couple of gang tacklers right there to be able to jar the ball loose, and picks up a big fumble recovery for the Wolfpack.
And that sets up this. Keontae Webb gets the ball, hits the Jets, and says, see you later, folks. That's a touchdown.
Just a little off-tackle move right there. Finds the sideline and finds pay dirt for the big touchdown for Whiteville.
Love it, and they continue to pile this on. Can you believe that this game actually came down to the wire last year? It doesn't look like it tonight. Look at Phillip Powell finding the end zone. That makes it 48-13, but the final score, it's a 60-burger. 61-13, Whiteville gets the win. Let's check in now. You like that one, Joe? Let's check in with the Coastal Lake Conference. Patriots Senior looks for one more win against Southwest Onslow tonight. They have a big task against the undefeated in the conference.
Yeah, Stallions, some big boys over there from Onslow County. A little handoff right here to Josh Solis. Good hole there to run through. Breaks a tackle, second level. Gets into the end zone for a touchdown for Southwest Onslow.
That gets them on the boards. Another Stallion team. That makes it 7-0. Next drive for Pender. Lavelle Henry trying to get something going. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, a little miscommunication in the backfield there. Ran a wrong play. Someone went the wrong direction. Sets up another touchdown here for Southwest Onslow. An easy 6 points.
They continue. Here it is again. Another touchdown in case you missed the other one. That just continues to go all Southwest Onslow tonight. They runs away with it 54-0. Senior night as well in Trask. The Titans needed a win to keep up with those Stallions you just saw, and they needed to get it against Croatan tonight.
Nice, easy little pitch right here to Anthony Tucker. He's able to break away, break containment along the sideline there, and able to scoot into the end zone for 6.
And the Trask defense, they stand up on the end zone, on the goal line right here. That's a great goal line stand for the Titans, but they can't stop them all night long. They continue to go down here. And here comes Croatan. They find the end zone on this play.
Good job by Trask to bounce back tonight against Croatan. A good team coming a long way to Pender County. You see right here, another ball gets loose here after a fumble. Or nope, they're going to scoot through actually for the touchdown for Trask. A little mixed up there.
Look at Anthony Tucker. He's finding the end zone. It's a back and forth game. That makes it 29-28. Now it's back to Croatan. Or actually, I'm sorry. We're all thrown off tonight. This game was so back and forth, we don't know who has the ball.
There's a fumble that I had just a second ago. Scoop and score for Croatan to grab the read once again. This time it was Lewis Riddick. Takes the ball all the way to the house to make it 34-29, Croatan at the time.
But it's the Titans that get this win. 37-34 is your final score. Staying in Pender County, the Ashley Screaming Eagles were taking on Topsail where Coach Wayne Inman told us before we would finally get to see a healthy Noah LaValle. That's got to be big for the Pirates.
He's one of their playmakers, but with that said, another playmaker on the other side, it's Freddie Thames with a nice little juke move there, gets to the outside, breaks a couple of tackles, and continues to move downfield, keeping the legs churning inside nearly the red zone there for the Screaming Eagles.
And let's finish it off with Logan Black finding the end zone, making some nice moves right there. Ashley takes the early lead against the Pirates, and this is a nice way to answer back after falling behind at home right here. Check out the kick return here.
Topsail's Jonathan Ward finds a seam, a crease, makes a man miss, and he is nearly going to get down into the end zone. Can he get there? Good hustle by the Ashley defense, kickoff team. Trips him up just before the goal line, but that doesn't matter.
Elijah Robinson gets the tackle. He can't get the tackle on this one. It is a nice touchdown right there, that's Josh Smith finishing this off, and then Ashley led at the half, and they got the big-time road win thanks to parts of their defense. 22-20 is the final score from Hampstead. They get their second conference win of the season. They host Laney next week for senior night. All right, Joe, so we saw it. 10-game win streak against a 7-game win streak. What can we expect next week in the Three Rivers finale between the Stallions and the Pack?
Well, you knew going into the year that South Columbus and Whiteville were going to have this game circled around their schedule. You have to play every game, one game out of a time, giving some coach speak right there. Well, now all of that is behind us. Next Friday, Three Rivers Conference Championship, at least an outright championship for South Columbus on the line. We'll see what Whiteville can do against this tough Stallions team.
Now, if Whiteville wins, it's a three-way tie. Everyone will have one between East Bladen, Whiteville, and South Columbus. They'll all have one loss on the year, so we will see what happens next week. But this is this week. Let's continue Week 11. We've already got a taste of the Mid-Eastern Conference tonight, but there's more to come. Our fifth quarter game of the week is next. Don't go away. Football Friday rolls on.
It's time for the game of the week on the fifth quarter.
Welcome back, everyone. Joe, if I were to ask you which two teams have been on the rise as of late, who would those two teams be?
Well, you got the Laney Buccaneers looking to have a winning season, back-to-back winning seasons for the first time in 15 years. West Brunswick not trying to make that happen tonight in Bucktown.
That is right. Tonight they battled in our game of the week last season. Laney really laid it on West Brunswick, and both teams used that game as motivation tonight. It's time now to see who got that much-needed victory. John McHugh joins us now for the fifth quarter game of the week. John?
Thank you, Dustin. Well, we're getting towards the end of the regular season, and this week it was two teams trying to make a final push into the playoffs. Laney and West Brunswick coming off of big wins against some quality opponents last week, both considering tonight a must-win to keep their postseason dreams alive. Let's take you out to Bucktown for our fifth quarter game of the week. It was senior night at Laney as they honored 22 members of the class of 2018, including former fifth quarter player of the week, Kenwan Watkins. Early in this game, it was all West Brunswick. They packed their ground game on the road trip, as you see. Jakari Bethel with the nice pickup, and Bethel would finish the drive. Here he is with the first of two scores in the first quarter. At the end of one, it's 14-0 West, and Ashad Yeoman looking for some answers from his offense. Here's a way to get it going. It's another fifth quarter player of the week, Jason Billingsley, with a run inside the red zone. And like Bethel, Billingsley finishes off the drive, but a missed extra point makes it 14-6. After a Sherrod Sidbury score later in the second, Laney goes for the onside kick and recovers it. With about 10 minutes left in the first half, the Bucks are back on the attack.
Cameron Clark, number 5, on the recovery.
Sidbury goes up top to his playmaker, Micah Hairston, who throws the defender off of him and heads into the end zone. This game of the week lived up to the hype, and it's the Bucks that hold on to the lead in the second half, and they take this must-win game 33-27. It's the first back-to-back winning seasons for Laney in 15 years. Next week is rivalry week to close out the year. West Brunswick and South Brunswick play for county bragging rights, while Laney travels to Ashley for the Screaming Eagles senior game. Dustin and Joe?
Thank you, John. It was a night full of Brunswick and New Hanover County matchups. Here's the Scorpions taking out the Wildcats for senior night for the Cats.
Business as usual for the New Hanover football team. Blake Walston right there, throws it up. Big grab on the pump fake. Cole Tanner, who climbs the ladder for the touchdown.
And and then get the ball in your playmaker's hands. Wisdom Vaughn finds the end zone, gives a little celebration. Cats are on the attack early on in this one.
14-0 Wildcats, and Blake Walston had all day to throw tonight, comfortable in the pocket. This time it's Jalen Gore who beats his defender on the far side of the end zone. Plenty of air under that one. Easy touchdown catch for Jalen Gore.
A 3-score lead, and the New Hanover defense posts a shutout. Their third of the season. Orange and black defenders led by Grant Daly with awesome cleats gets the stuff there.
Back on offense, Wiz Vaughn finds an open spot in the defense. Walston finds Vaughn on this one and then goes over to Jalen Gore once again, crossing the middle, finding the nose for the end zone right there, breaks a tackle, across the goal line for a touchdown.
Back-to-back weeks with multiple scores for Gore. All Wildcats in this one, 55-0 is your final one, setting up the big game at Shipyard Boulevard next week. Speaking of Hoggard, in our final game of the night, we have undefeated Hoggard traveling to Boiling Spring Lakes to take on the South Brunswick Cougars.
Early on in this one, Dustin, our reigning player of the week, Josh Jones, finds C.J. Pipkin for the nice gain. C.J. was holding field goals last year, and now is one of the team's leading receivers.
Everybody's getting involved this year for the Vikings, including Trey Hauser, one of the favorite targets for Jones. First of 2 for number 5 right there. South trying to get something going here. They don't want to let up too much at their house tonight, but that's not going to help.
Yeah, you think the Hoggard offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Well, how about the defense? There's Reese Moulton picking up the loose ball. The scoop and score works out for the Hoggard defense, and this makes it 14-0 in favor of the Vikes.
But it's all Hoggard in this one. 41-0 is the final from Boiling Spring Lake. They move to 10-0 on the year. So, Joe, there it is. 10-0 and 10-0. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who wins that game next week?
Well, I'll tell you what, Dustin, you know what we can do? We can wait. Our media partners at the Star News have asked us to analyze this game and break it down. So we'll give you the winners, our picks for the Hoggard New Hanover game. Great atmosphere coming next Friday. We'll give you that, the results and the analysts from that in the Star News next week.
Okay, I see. Holding it for a little tease. I like it. We will see that game. Can't wait for it next week, and I can't wait for the play and player of the week. That's coming up next, as the fifth quarter will be right back after this.
Let's take a look at our Week 11 scoreboard.
This is the fifth quarter.
Welcome back, everyone. Joe, it's time for one of our favorite segments on the show. Get your popcorn ready. It's time for the play of the week. Let's head back to Bucktown. This was the play to end the half here, Joe.
Yeah, Kenwan Watkins there. Jump ball. He's able to sky above the West Brunswick wide receiver right there. Catch the ball at its highest point, just like you're taught in practice. You practice what you preach, and you're able to perform on Friday nights, just like Kenwan has been doing throughout the course of this season. Incredible story for this young man, wearing number 3 for the Bucks, and it's this week's play of the week. Thanks to that great defensive effort.
That was it right there. That was a beautiful pick. Of course, Blaney got to win this one. That's why he's a former fifth quarter player of the week right there. Now, let's talk about some more players of the week. You know, Joe, Halloween is Tuesday, and what would be a great costume would be a fifth quarter player of the week costume, right? That'd be a nice little crown there. Anthony Tucker had a big night for Trask. That's Noah Black. He had a huge night as well. Scored all 3 touchdowns for Ashley in the big win on the road, 2 weeks in a row. Finally, Jalen Gore finishes the game with multiple scores for the undefeated Cats. Make sure you follow WWAY Sports on Twitter. Make your voice heard starting at midnight. We'll announce the winner on All Hallows Eve during WWAY Sports. All right, Joe, so Rivalry Week is now just 1 week away, the season finale. We have some big-time matchups of some of the biggest rivals around. Who are you looking forward to?
Well, of course, what stands out to me is on Shipyard Boulevard, Scott Braswell Stadium. A week from tonight, it'll be New Hanover, Hoggard, just the way it should be in the season finale, with first place in the conference championship on the line between these two rivals. You know, not bad blood, but a lot of thick blood between these two teams, and look forward to a big game coming up next week.
Hey, it's going to be a good one. We can't wait for that either, but For tonight, we're all through. That's it. Thank you, as always, for making the fifth quarter the best high school football show in town. Have a safe and happy Halloween, and we leave you with some of the best sights and sounds from Week 11. See ya.